I'm live. Am I live? I think I'm live finally. Yep, 6 seconds. Hello, my name is Mikkel. I am here with the Macon Family blog. It's been like 2 or 3 years. It's been a long time since we posted anything. The reason why I'm even doing this video today is because I live in the Philippines. I've been here since 2017, so 7 years, going on 8 years. And me and my wife has been married, I think 2 years. Next month we've been married, but we've been in a relationship for like 5, 6 years. Right? Our son is 4, so well he will be 4 in November. So if anybody knows about what's going on in the Philippines or what the situation is, I'm here. Right? I've been here. I live here. I pretty much am in the mix. I've been seeing the rise of a lot of bloggers recently here in the Philippines. A lot of them pretty much have the same topics to talk about the same thing. Why you don't come to the Philippines? What type, why the food bad in the Philippines? Why expats leaving the Philippines? What to do, what not to do in the Philippines, and all this stuff. And I see these vlogs, and some things I agree with, a lot of it I don't. The reason why I can say this is because my life is different. I live in the province and I am married. So I work, I take care of my family. I'm not out there like that. I'm not running around like that. So I can only speak on what I see, what I know. There's not a lot of expats around me. I have a couple of friends I speak to, but normally I keep to myself and my family. But a lot of the stuff I'm seeing, I just think is bashing for clicks or drama for clicks. I just see a lot. I don't know why there is a big thing of expats staying or leaving or people getting frustrated. But let me tell you a few things about the Philippines. One, if you come here, the Philippines is cheaper than most countries, but it's not the cheapest place in the world, right? The peso is like 55 to 1 right now, might even be lower, 54 to 1. So if you're on $1,000 budget, you could say that's like 54,000 pesos, right? That's not a lot of money to live on a month. So if you're coming here on your pension and you don't have no other money coming in, I think that's a bad move because you know you can live cheap, but you're not gonna have a good life. You're gonna live in a small place. You're not gonna be able to go out and eat. You're not gonna be able to go out and mingle. You're just gonna be just surviving and just trying to get through to the next check, and that's not a good life. So if you're thinking that you can just fly over here on your 1,000 or 2,000, 1,000 um, pension and think that you're going to have a good life here, you're sadly mistaken. All right. Just let you know, even if you live out in, different provinces and, that are farther than the city and things like that, that's still not a good life. So I don't know why, some of these guys think that you're going to come here on a little bit of money and retire and live a good life and think you're going to have a woman and all these things that you see a lot of these bloggers have and talk about on $1,000 a month. That's crazy. You're better off staying in America, going to a nursing home, and just living that way. Because if you go to another country, there's also things that you have to consider. There's health care. There's bills that you need. There's situations that you have to go through and see. And something always going to happen. Something always going to come up. You still got to pay, for your visa and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things going on to where I just don't think that it's good for people to tell these expats, the Philippines is a good life. The Philippines is great. You can come here, you can make a lot of money, or not make a lot of money, but you come here and live cheap and have a good life and go to the beaches and see these women, things like that on $1,000 or $1,500 a month. No, I'm sorry. No, that is not good. You are going to come here and get played. You're already older. You're already having situations probably with your health, and you are not going to live a good life on $1,000 US a month. That's crazy. All right. So I'm just keeping it real and being honest with you. I work I have a job. I work from home. I work for a company in the States. I get my money. I bring it here. Things like that. I have my family. So my life is different because I'm still working. I'm not old. You know what I mean? I'm not retirement age. I just came here younger, and I have my own money and I made my own decisions. I started my own businesses. And even a lot of businesses I started, I stopped because I wasn't getting the return on investment fast enough. It really takes you a lot of time and a lot of patience to make money here in the Philippines, especially with businesses. And when you don't have good partners, or if you don't know how to market or advertise to get people to come to your business. I had a barbershop. That was my first business. I had a rice store. That was another business. I had a canteen. I had a food stand. I had a few businesses. Those things take time to make money, and when the money's not coming in, and if you don't have like a year or two to put in the market, to pay for the rent, to pay for the overhead, just to keep things going until you get to the point where you start making money in the Philippines with your small business, then it's not worth it. Other people may have success. I'm not saying they don't. Other people has done other things, but it's very hard to do business here, especially if you're a foreigner. Because if you're a foreigner, people expect you to have money. So the Filipinos like, well, I'm going to spend my money with this guy. He should have money already, you know. So it's very hard to do brick and mortar businesses as a foreigner here in the Philippines. That's why a lot of people I know, and a lot of the Filipino Americans I know, they're doing a lot of stuff with e-commerce or tech, fintech, technology, blockchain. They're doing those type of businesses to create something. The ROI is probably a little bit longer. You can get funding if you have a startup. If you have a tech startup, you can there's things you can get or you have access to. And the number one thing you gotta realize is that everybody's going to think of you as a dollar sign. It's like, why are you coming here to make money? You could be making money over there. I'm realizing that even with my small businesses I have, or my e-commerce business, it's best for me to do something in the States and get the money there and then bring that money over here. So I started, I had an e-commerce business here still. I still have that, but also started one in the States. And I'm starting to get not really any traction, maybe a little traction here and there. You know what I mean? Just reach out to family and friends to support me. And they're doing it. So I'm building. I launched it like not even a month ago in the States. But I realized that I can have a better opportunity there. I can reach a bigger demographic. I can reach a demographic that has disposable income that can support my business. And then I say I can put that money in the bank and then end up bringing that money over here once I start getting some success and things like that. The world has changed to where you can do things from home. You don't have to be in a particular area to do business in another. Well, as an American, I should say. Okay, I can't speak on different countries. I'm American, so I can only speak on my experience as American. As an American, I can still do business in my country online. I still have my bank accounts. I still have all my stuff there, and I can do business there. And then I can advertise and be here and save money because my overhead is non-existent. It's me doing everything. I'm living here. My rent is cheaper. Everything is cheaper, so I can conduct my business. I'm still on time. I got everything on my, on the phone. I can, if I need to reach customer service, if I need to reach out, I got all that. I got everything in my phone, my hand to conduct business, and it's just a lot easier for me that way. Now I know other Filipino Americans who are Filipino Americans, and they've come here and started startups, and they're getting grants and loans and opportunities because they're doing a business and the startup is making money, or they got traction and they're starting to get loans and grants and stuff like that from the Filipino government. They're Filipino Americans, or their business structure is Filipino. They're not going to give an American a grant here in the Philippines to do business. I know I applied for it. When I went for it, I was told to get a Filipino CEO, even though my wife was on the paperwork. That they ain't care about that, because if your partner doesn't really know the business, saying that a lot of people say, oh, to do a business in the Philippines, you just get a Filipino wife and you could do everything and just have everything in her name. It doesn't work that way. We try to get grants and try to get money from the Filipino government, because they're going to ask that partner about your business. And if that partner doesn't know your business, you're not going to get the grant. It happened. I was told to apply for something that should be opportunity. And then now we did it, and it just got to a point where I don't even want to put my wife through it no more because she's not into the business like me. She just did it, so we can have a Filipino presence, have her name as the owner. I run everything in the background, and then when they start doing the checks and stuff like that, they're not feeling that, especially in Manila. Manila is very strict about how they conduct business, who does business, and they want real Filipinos to run, own, control, and do everything for you to get these type of grants and stuff that people's talking about. I know firsthand. I went through it. I even went through an incubator program, and I applied for things, and it just didn't work out. So I say, you know what? I'm not even going to apply for this stuff anymore. Let me just do my business my way. I know what I want, and I'm just going to tap into my country and do my things there. And then if it comes to the point where, the money starts coming in, then I could always bring that money here, and I'm living a good life, right? So a lot of stuff that people's telling you about business and doing things here and stuff like that, yeah, it's cool if you're in the province. But if you're trying to do something on a bigger scale, no, don't. It's just best to always come here, save your money, do your business elsewhere if you can. And that's the best way to live. So when it comes to some of the things of blogs I heard about food and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with the food. I actually like the food my wife cooks. And, some of the stuff can get repetitive sometimes, but you have to understand that the Filipinos, a lot of people aren't food chefs. They eat out of necessity, like they have to. They're worried about making sure they have rice for their family, making sure they have enough to eat for that day. They're not worried about flavoring and stuff like that. So a lot of canteens, you see the basic stuff. You'll see your pork adobo, your chicken adobo. You'll see your vegetables, and you see your soup and some fish and stuff like that. That's how they eat. And it's the same pretty much food every day. They may switch it up, but it's pretty much the same menu. Because Filipinos, who I know in the province, what I've seen, I'm not saying everywhere because there's rich Filipinos, there's people in the city, it's a different situation. I'm in the province. So the people I know in the province, they go out to eat. It's McDonald's, KFC, and it's like a treat, right? Because a lot of people don't eat McDonald's every day here. They don't eat Jollibee every day here. It's, I got paid, I want to do something for my family, or it's a holiday, or I want to do something special. Let's go out to eat. And then, or Shakey's or something like that. It's not an everyday thing. It's not fast food. It's not like that here as is in the States. So you can eat American food. You can eat, you don't have to eat the Filipino food. But to sit there and say the Filipino food is bad or complain about it, I think that's a different situation because Filipino cuisine and Filipinos in general is a different breed than Americans per se. And I'm only speaking on American point of view. I'm not speaking on any other country's point of view. I'm only speaking on American point of view. America, you got Chinese food, Japanese food. You have all these different things going on, and you have all these different restaurants. Hold on for a second, because my son is making noise, as you see. Sorry, my son, he's 4 now. He's almost 4, and he's, he has his moods sometimes. But when you go to different countries, America, you have a lot of options, right? Not only do you have a lot of options to eat, you have a lot of options in the grocery store. You have a lot of options to choose from, to cook from, and things like that. It's different. Filipinos, you have a lot of things in the supermarket, but a lot of it's just basic stuff, just as to go with this or season this or things like that. It's not like chefs, 5-star and stuff like that. No, it's not that way. But for me, I like the food. I love what my wife cooks. I eat what she cooks. I'm fat because of that, and I'm not picky when it comes to food. I never been picky. I come from a situation where we didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up. My family was just starting, and we was just happy to eat what's on the plate. So that my background is different than maybe other backgrounds or other people who grew up in different situations. So I'm not going to bash the food. I think the food is great. If you don't like the food, have your money and go eat out and spend your money. But for me, I can go to the canteen. I can go to just a regular restaurant, or I can sit my butt at home and have, the guys deliver, have Grab or Food Panda deliver the food. So if you're worrying about the food here, why? You can order whatever you want. You can get something delivered wherever you want. You just gotta have the money for it. If you're living on a budget, you cannot eat out every day. All right, period. You can't eat Grab. You can't eat, Jollibee, a 6-piece. Well, if you're single, maybe, but are you going to spend 300 pesos every time or 400 pesos for somebody to deliver you food every day? That's still almost $10, right? So yeah, a lot of these, if you're on a pension, you can't eat out every day. That means that you're gonna have to go to the canteen and eat the Filipino food. And I'm sorry, the canteen is for people who are working, who don't have a lot of money. They go in there just to get something to eat. They spend what they spend, and that's it. So the food at the canteen is not 5-star food, right? It's good food, but it's not 5-star restaurant type. No, it's something for the average person who's on a budget to go and get some food, eat out, get their lunch, then go back to work, that type of thing. So I just wanted to kind of say some of the misconceptions and stuff that I'm seeing on a lot of bloggers. I don't know about the women because I don't deal with women. I'm married. When I was single, I was doing things differently than when I am as a married man. But I don't think that you're going to come here. It takes, just like any relationship, it takes time to meet people. And you're going to meet the wrong people. Just like if you was America, you're going to meet the wrong type of women. And just like here, maybe you met the wrong person. My first ex wasn't for me. And then I was single for a while, and then I met my wife. But that was years between when me and my ex broke up, and I met my wife was like 2 years already, going almost 3 years. I had to have time to figure out what I wanted to do, figure out what type of person I want, who I wanted to deal with. And then when I got to that point where I felt comfortable of looking and searching and stuff, I did that. But I took time. I was just single. I was doing my thing. I didn't care. And I told people up front, I ain't in a relationship when I was at that point. So I don't know about the women. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not into that. I'm not looking at that. That's not why I came here. I came here to change my life, to have a better life, and to live the way I want to live and be my own man and control my own destiny. And that's why I do the things I do. So I just wanted to let you know I'm a Filipino man. I'm an African-American man living in the Philippines. And a lot of this stuff you're hearing, you know what I mean? A lot of it's for clicks. Everything is not perfect. Everything is not good. It is what you make of it. But if you don't have a lot of money and you're old and you're trying to come over here to live cheap, and you think that you're going to meet women with your little 55,000 peso budget a month, it's not going to happen that way. Not here in the Philippines. Because the women are too smart, too beautiful. You're going to get played. They know you're old and they expect you to have money. Period. That's it. And if you don't have it, don't act like you do, because you're gonna find you're gonna have a hard life. You're gonna have a hard life. So that's it. That's why I gotta say thank you for the viewers that watch this. I know that we haven't posted for a long time. I just wanted to rebut some of these misconceptions and things that are out there about the Philippines. That's why I did this live. I didn't even do a video. I just did it live, right? So you guys enjoy your day. I hope this helps the few people that see this, and that if they'll benefit from it, and that you have a good life. Peace.